The engine's idling rough in the midnight air, staring at the screen door, wishing you were there. My hand is on the shifter, knuckles turning white, trying to find the courage to disappear tonight. I've got the headlights killed, just sitting in the dark, right on the edge of the oil stain where I used to park. I'm looking at the front step where we had our final fight, thinking about the way I could have made it right. I can back this Chevy down the drive and out into the street. I can find a different county road to lay under my feet. I can watch the tailpipe smoke drift toward the morning star. But I'm finding out that reverse only goes so far. No, it won't take me back to when your heart was still mine. It only takes me to the edge of the property line. The dashboard clock is ticking like a hammer on a nail. Every plan I ever made is starting to look pale. I remember how we'd sit here talking till the dawn, before the laughter died and all the trust was gone. I'm looking in the mirror at a man I barely know, caught between the staying and the needing to go. I could kick it into gear and let the gravel fly, but that won't change the sadness in the corner of your eye. I could drive 1,000 miles and never leave the past, chasing down a feeling that was never meant to last. But R is for the driveway, not for turning back the clock, and it won't unlock the silence of a heavy deadbolt lock. I can back this Chevy down the drive and out into the street. I can find a different county road to lay under my feet. I can watch the tailpipe smoke drift toward the morning star. But I'm finding out that reverse only goes so far. No, it won't take me back to when your heart was still mine. It only takes me to the edge of the property line. Just a few hundred feet of dirt and weeds to get me to the pavement where the highway leads. But it's a long way home, and home is where you are. Yeah, reverse only goes so far. Only goes so far. The sun hits the glass at 4:15. I'm leaning my head against the frame of the door, looking over at the seat where I used to sit, and the way the light catches the shape of it. It's a hollowed out curve in the cowhide and foam, a map of the girl who once called this truck home. I try to smooth it over with the palm of my hand, but some things just sink deeper than a man can understand. And there's a dent in the bench where you used to lean in, where the sun faded tan meets the dark of your skin. I can scrub off the mud and I can vacuum the floor, but I can't make the passenger side like before. It's a permanent memory, a heavy set mark that follows me out of the drive in the dark. Yeah, the miles keep on climbing, but the weather can't wash out the imprint she left in the leather. I remember the day that we bought this old rig. You laughed at the engine, said it was too big, but you climbed in the middle and you slid to my side. every bump in the road is a reminder of carrying half of the load. I could buy a new seat, I could swap out the parts, but you can't bolt a fix on a broken down heart. And the more that I sit here and stare at the space, the more I can almost remember your face. There's a dent in the bench where you used to lean in, where the sun-faded tan meets the dark of your skin. I can scrub off the mud and I can vacuum the floor, but I can't make the passenger side like before. It's a permanent memory, a heavy-set mark that follows me out of the drive in the dark. Yeah, the miles keep on climbing, but the weather can't wash out the imprint she left in the leather. It's a deep-seated ache that is here to stay. Just a hollow in the hide and a hole in the chest, and a long, lonely drive heading out to the west, left in the leather. Just left in the leather. I'm standing in the hallway with a bucket and a brush. The house is far too loud in this 3 a.m. hush. There's a jagged little crater right beside the bedroom door. From the night I lost my temper and you headed for the floor. Well, not the floor, you headed for the truck and drove away, leaving me with all the bitter things I didn't mean to say. Now I'm staring at the gypsum and the insulation fuzz, thinking about the happy home this place no longer was. Oh, well, sorry is a bandage on a deep and jagged cut. It doesn't close the distance or the doors you went and shut. I can sand down the edges, I can paint it eggshell white, but it won't hide the memory of our final Friday night. No way, sorry doesn't mend the things we let fall, and sorry don't fix the drywall. I went down to the hardware store and bought a putty knife, trying to scrape away the wreckage of a 10-year life. The mesh tape is sticky, but it won't hold the weight of a love that turned to bitterness and a heart that turned to hate. I'm patching up the plaster while the shadows start to grow, but there's a hollow space behind it that I'm always gonna know. The dust is in my lungs and it's settling on the floor, just another blemish in a house that's seen a war. The foundation is shifting and the rafters are weak. Every floorboard is crying with a long, lonely squeak. You can't hide a landslide with a little bit of lime, and you can't buy back a moment of wasted angry time. Always sorry is a bandage on a deep and jagged cut. It doesn't close the distance or the doors you went and shut. I can sand down the edges, I can paint it eggshell white, but it won't hide the memory of our don't fix the drywall. No, it don't fix a thing at all. Leaning on his arm, looking like a woman who's finally out of harm. You're wearing that blue sundress, the one I used to hate, 'cause I was always running late for every single day. But now you're standing patient, and he's holding every bag, while I'm just a memory in an old tattered rag. I see the way he looks at you, steady and so kind, and I realize I'm the one who left the light behind. He's got the girl who doesn't have to scream to be heard. He's got the one who finally got the very last word. I broke the soil and I pulled out every weed, but he's the one who's harvesting the harvest from the seed. I taught you how to leave a man who treats you like a chore, and now he's got the version of you I promised you'd be once more. Yeah, I paid the price for the man he gets to be, and he's got the version of you that I never got to see. I remember all the crying and the nights we spent in hell, learning how to love a ghost, no learning how to dwell on every single failure and every jagged line, until you finally realized that your life was yours, not mine. I pushed you to the edge until you found your wings and flew, and now you're landing soft on someone entirely new. He doesn't know the fire that it took to make you go. He just gets the warmth that I was never meant to hold. I was a rough draft, the scribble on the page, the angry young lion trapped inside a rusted cage. But you're the finished poem, the song that's finally right, and he's the one who's singing it into the quiet night. He's got the girl who doesn't have to scream to be heard. He's got the one who finally got the very last word. I broke the soil and I pulled out every weed, but he's the one who's harvesting the harvest from the seed. I taught you how to leave a man who treats you like a chore. Now he's got the version of you I promised you'd be once more. Yeah, I paid the price for the man he gets to be, and he's got the version of you that I never got to see. Yeah, he's got the best of you, and I'm just the lesson that you had to go through. A better version, a better life, while I'm still standing here in the middle of the strife. Porch light is flickering, casting shadows on the floor. I'm sitting in the kitchen, staring at the door. My ears are tuned to a frequency that's dead and gone, waiting for a rattle in the middle of a yawn. Then a branch hits a siding, or the wind begins to moan, and I'm reaching for a welcome that I no longer own. The habit's like a briar tangled in my brain, wishing for a rhythm that could wash away the stain. I'm unlearning the sound of your keys in the lock, the way the brass would jingle right at 6 o'clock. Those 3 little scrapes and the turn of the tumblers, leaving me here with the rest of the grumblers. My heart still jumps at a metallic clink before I catch myself and I take another drink. It's a long, lonely road and a heavy mountain climb, unlearning the sound of your keys at supper time. Every Ford that passes with a rusted out pipe makes me think it's you coming home to end the gripe. I know the specific thud of your boots on the wood. I'd recognize the cadence if I were misunderstood. But the driveway is vacant and the gravel is still. There's a silence in this valley that gives a man a chill. I've gotta teach my senses that the house is gonna stay this quiet and this empty for the rest of my days. They say time is a healer, a master of the men, but time is just a witness to a story at its end. How do I tell my spirit to stop listening for a chime? Stop counting the seconds of a borrowed piece of time. I'm unlearning the sound of your keys in the lock, the way the brass would jingle right at 6 o'clock. Those 3 little scrapes and the turn of the tumblers, leaving me here with the rest of the grumblers. My heart still jumps at a metallic clink before I catch myself and I take another drink. It's a long, lonely road and a heavy mountain climb, unlearning the sound of your keys at supper time. Just a wind in the pines, just a creak of the floor. Nobody's coming through that heavy oak door. Yeah, I'm unlearning, trying to stop the yearning. Just a hollow, empty sound. I'm sitting on a milk crate in the middle of the bay, with a 10mm wrench and a debt I can't pay. You left a trail of transmission fluid and tears, and a silence that's been idling for 3 whole years. I'm staring at the pistons and the valves of my chest, trying to find a rhythm that used to be the best. I reach for the bottle sitting on the workbench stool, thinking maybe 80 proof's the perfect kind of tool. But whiskey is a bad mechanic, yeah, he's lazy and he's cheap. He'll promise you a sounding like a hammer on the block. And I'm spinning in circles while I'm staring at the clock. I thought a double pull would surely tune the timing right and help me bridge the gap through the middle of the night. But the gaskets are all blown and the wires are all frayed, and I'm just getting deeper in the mess that I have made. The more I try to lubricate the way I'm feeling now, the more the engine stalls and the more I forget how. You can't weld a memory back into its place with a glass and a label and a blurred out face. The more that I drink, the more the iron starts to rust, until the hope I had is just a pile of orange dust. But whiskey is a bad mechanic. Yeah, he's lazy and he's cheap. He'll promise you a fix while the rest of the world's asleep. He don't tighten up the bolts or clean the grease out of the gears. He just pours a little smoke on the fire of your fears. No, he won't get you running. He'll just leave you in the pan. Whiskey is a bad mechanic for a broken-hearted man. We hauled them out to the gravel and the weeds, dividing up the harvest and the leftover seeds. I took the oak one with the scratch on the leg. You took the other and a prideful old peg. The kitchen looks hollow with a table pulled back like a rib cage. It's missing a bone in the stack. I watched your tailpipes fade into the gray, taking half of our history a county away. Now they're matching chairs in separate zip codes, tied down heavy on two different roads. They used to sit close in the morning light glow, but that was a lifetime and a teardrop ago. One's on the carpet, one's on the pine, both of them lonely just like yours and mine. A set ain't a set when the distance is wide and there's 40 some miles on the passenger side. I'm staring at the wall in a room painted cold, feeling every year of getting bitter and old. Do you lean back and listen to the floorboards groan? Do you reach for a hand and find out you're alone? It's a twin-timbered ache, it's a wood grain regret to keep half of the promise of a life that we said. I bet yours is covered in a jacket or mail, while mine's just a seat for a man who looks frail. We bought them as a pair for a house we would build, back when the garden was green and untilled. But the wood didn't warp and the bolts didn't rust. It was just our two hearts that turned into dust. Now they're matching chairs in separate zip codes, tied down heavy on two different roads. They used to sit close in the morning light glow, but that was a lifetime and a teardrop ago. One's on the carpet, one's on the pine, both of them lonely just like yours and mine. A set ain't a set when the distance is wide and there's 40 some miles on the passenger side. Yeah, the finish is peeling, the same lonesome feeling between here and where you are. it's just too far. Two matching chairs, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. The screen lit up at 10:30. I thought I'd hear that honey voice again, but when I pressed the green and said your name, the spark was gone, there wasn't any flame. Just a hello that felt like falling sleet, and a goodbye that left me shivering in the sheet. You spoke in a language I didn't recognize, with all the warmth of those February skies. It was a long winter, short conversation, a flash frozen into a 5-year relation. Didn't take a blizzard or a month of gray skies, just 30-some seconds of no more tries. Now the pipes are all frozen and the north wind is blowing inside this house where the weeds are all growing. Yeah, it's a long winter in a short conversation. You didn't stumble, you didn't even pause, just laid out the rules and the fine print clause about who gets the dog and the money in the bank, while my spirit just withered and my heavy heart sank. I tried to say wait, I tried to find a spark, but you clicked off the line and you left me in the dark. How have you been? Or I hope that you're fine. Just the sound of a blade cutting through the wire line. Some seasons take months to turn the leaves brown, to bring all the heavy misery down. But you did it all with a go, leaving me buried in 10 feet of woe. It was a long winter in a short conversation, a flash frozen into a 5-year relation. Didn't take a blizzard or a month of gray skies, just 30-some seconds of no more tries. Now the pipes are all frozen and the north wind is blowing inside this house where the weeds are all growing. It's a long winter in a short conversation. Check the thermostat on the wall, it's dropping fast after that call. A cold, cold wind. Just a minute on the line, now now I'm freezing all the time. Yeah, it's winter now. It's winter now. Gravel's kicking up against the wheel well rust, trailing out behind me in a cloud of red dirt dust. I'm staring straight ahead at the white line on the black, trying like a demon not to go on looking back. But my eyes keep drifting to the right-hand glass, watching every mile and every fence post pass. I'm pushing 85 just to leave the past behind, but there's a silhouette I'm always gonna find. There's a warning etched in silver down along the edge, about the things you're leaving on the far side of the hedge. It says optics in the mirror are closer than they seem, like the way you used to look in your faded denim jeans. I can't outrun the vision, I can't outdrive the pain. It's scorching to the chrome and it's washing in the rain. Yeah, you're right there in the corner, crystal clear, way too close and way too near. I can almost see your elbow resting on the sill, wind blowing through your hair while the world is standing still. You were laughing at a song or pointing at the hawks. Now I'm just a man counting minutes on the clocks. It's a trigger light and lonesome, a shimmer on the pane, driving me to drinking and driving me insane. I try to tilt the bracket, try to aim it at the ground, but the memory of your smile is the only thing I found. I've been through 3 states and 100 different towns, trying to find a place where the sorrow finally drowns. But every time a lane change, every time I break, I see the heavy weight of my very last mistake. There's a warning etched in silver down along the edge, about the things you're leaving on the far side of the hedge. It says optics in the mirror are closer than they seem, like the way you used to look in your faded denim jeans. I can't outrun the vision, I can't outdrive the pain. It's scorched into the chrome and it's washing in the rain. Yeah, you're right there in the corner, crystal clear, way too close and way too near. Closer than they appear. Yeah, you're still sitting there in the silver, in the glass, watching the miles pass, just a shimmer in the rain, way too near. We're sitting at the table where the wood is stained and warm, looking at the pieces of a promise that we've torn. You walked in through the hallway with a quiet little wave, like we're just two polite strangers standing at a grave. The weather's fine for March, yeah, the rain is finally gone. We're checking off the boxes just to keep on keeping on. But the air is getting thinner with every breath we take, and the ice is getting brittle on this frozen over lake. And we're stuck in the middle of a cold and bitter wind, looking for the place where the pretense has to end. It's a heavy kind of silence, it's a long and hollow wait, while we're hovering right here beside the garden gate, between the hello and the hate to say it's through. Just trying to find the exit from the life I shared with you. I ask you how your mom is, and you say she's doing well. We're dancing around the fire like there's nothing left to tell. The clock upon the mantle is the only thing with heart, counting down the seconds till we finally fall apart. Your eyes are on your knuckles and mine are on the floor, both of us just waiting for a hand to reach the door. But nobody is moving and nobody will speak, while the foundation is crumbling and the rafters start to squeak. It'd be easier to scream, it'd be kinder just to lie, than to sit here in the gray of a long and slow goodbye. But we're caught in the rafters, we're trapped inside the frame of a house that's lost its power, and a man who's lost his name. And we're stuck in the middle of a cold and bitter wind, looking for the place where the pretense has to end. It's a heavy kind of silence, it's a long and hollow wait, while we're hovering right here beside the garden gate, between the hello and the hate to say it's through. Just trying to find the exit from the life I shared with you. Yeah, I hate to say it, but we both know where this leads. Between the greeting and the bleeding, just a little more time before I'm yours and you're no longer mine. I hate to say it,